Hi, I'm Clay Carlino and I do stuff. And tonight what I'm doing is I'm talking about boats and Gobots. I know it's kind of labored, but I'm sticking by it. Because this is the Cybertronian wine mixer. And we have a lovely dessert wine that my parents made. Thank you, Mom and Al. Let's just try this out. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not much of a wine drinker, so let's see how this is. You know, it's not bad. It actually has. Okay. Oh wait. This isn't wine. This is Kool-Aid. Yes, it's Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid tonight. And yes, here at the Cybertronian Kool-Aid mixer. So, oh, Colleen's here already. So, hi, Colleen and Joy. Joy's here. Hey, okay, so that's two drinks one for Colleen and.
Bienvenue. Welcome.
So, I was actually nodding towards the music. Yeah, the wine. I mean, the Kool-Aid. It's very interesting. It has some notes of chocolate and a little bit of coffeeness to it. But you know, still the tartness of being Kool-Aid. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this tonight because of the Cybertronian Kool-Aid mixer, and we're talking about boats. But before we start talking about boats, hi Colleen and hi Joy. I wanted to give people. Whoa! Yeah. I wanted to give people a little bit of an update. So I finished my headliner today, and I know you don't care, but thank you. The upholstery on the roof of your car, inside on the ceiling of your car, that's called a headliner, and it's actually this. It's sometimes made out of fiberboard, sometimes made out of like fiberglass or something like that. But it's got this fabric on it that has a little layer of foam, and then there's the fabric that you see. And what happens is, in older vehicles, the foam itself starts to break down. And when that happens, your fabric starts to sag. And, you know, there have been people that'll say, well, okay, you know, just, you know, maybe pull away at the back and then squirt some spray glue up in there and put it back up. And I'm just going to tell you, it doesn't work. And the reason is because what you're sticking to is that foam, and the foam is what's breaking down. So it's not the glue that doesn't hold anymore, it's the surface that you're mounting to. And so when that happens, you have to take the whole panel out, scrape out everything, and it's a mess. And then clean it off, scrub it so that you have a good surface to glue to, and then glue on new fabric. And so I'm going to go to my my internet window here. The volume on here, my speaking volume. Okay, I'm going to speak up a bit because it seems like the volume is a bit low. Oh, okay. Well, how is the volume? Well, I guess you're on a little bit of a lag, so I'll Well, let's just turn up the volume a little bit on the mic. We'll go to the settings. So apparently we are having a few technical difficulties with the sound. And so let's go to system. Ah, here we go. I'm just going to turn up the volume input on the mic. And hopefully that will correct the problem. So, can everybody hear me now? I know. See, unfortunately, we have it on low latency, which I think means that you only get like a 10-second lag. Maybe it's 30 seconds. So I say, can you hear me now? And you can't even answer for 30 seconds because you're not hearing me say, can you hear me now yet? And then I have to just kind of fill the time until you actually hear it, and then I get the nod from Monica that says, yes, you can hear me. Is it better? Okay. So, now that we have sound, I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this, but I just want to show it because it's a lot of work. And I did shoot the latter half of the process, so I am gonna make a video, but you know how long it takes me to get those videos. So that is my truck with the new headliner in there. And I have to say, I'm so happy about it because it really looks good. It's a slightly different color fabric. It's kind of a slate gray. Now, Joy is saying, do it again. Is Joy, you just said, do it again. Let's see. Confirming that the sound was... Does that mean that I need to make it louder? Because I can go up a little bit further. And I guess... anyway, let's go back to the better cam because, you know, it's just not that interesting to look at the ceiling of my truck. And when you hear me saying, you know... Yeah. Oh, okay. So Colleen says that it looks great. Yeah. And if you need me to turn up the volume on the mic, I still have a little bit further to go on my system settings. So, anyway, so that's what I finished doing today. That was awesome. I also wanted to show people what some of the little bit of kit bashing that I've done over the last couple weeks. You remember I got Ectotron a couple weeks ago, and then my lovely and talented wife picked up this Playmobil Ghostbusters 2 Egon, and I'm not really all that impressed by the figure, but he does have a very cool backpack, which I would like to turn into a minicon at some point. In fact, let's just go ahead and go to the super close so that you can see the backpack. We'll just do this, and thank you. So that's the backpack. That looks great. I really like the backpack on this guy, and then you know that came with this this set of, you know, this plastic blast thing, and it also came with a ghost trap. And so I've just done a little bit of kit bashing so that you can attach the trap down here to the back, which I thought was important. And I also adjusted the handle so that Ectotron would be able to hold it. And I also mounted a little stud. I put in a little stud here so that in vehicle mode, let's take the trap off. And we'll take this. Okay, so in vehicle mode, the trap can be placed here. I'm just gonna transform the back end here, back there, just like that. So yeah, so you know, that's Ectotron because he really needed a trap. I mean, you know, what good does it do to be a ghost busting transformer if you can't trap the ghosts when you're done? So yeah, he's got a trap now, and oh, the Playmobil thing also came with a little PK meter. So let's go to the super close. Look at the PK meter. So this is the PK meter. You know, not bad. you know, it's not great, but it's not bad. So that's the update on Ectotron, and I'm very happy with that. And I keep knocking off his backpack when I grab him, but that's all right. So that's Ectotron, and I also wanted to show the improvements that I've made to Landfill. This is Landfill. You can see that now he's got some claw hands. These are off of some construction toy vehicles that we found years ago at the dollar store. These little trucks, and they were all the same truck, but they had different tools. And so dollar store, and these were a couple of the construction tools, and they just plug right into the old hands. So he's still got the claw hands. Excuse me. Because I thought that was kind of, that's part of his character. He's not supposed to have fists. He has claws, but I want them to be more functional. So he's got these. I also made it so that this part of the crane can snap on over the shoulder. And then I also made it so that the pail of the dump truck can attach to the shoulder, and that's just here. I just put this little thing right on there, so that just fits right onto the joint like that, and it fits pretty securely. So, you know, gives him some nice shoulders. He didn't have any shoulders before, so now he's got, you know, nice big tough looking shoulders. And so yeah, so that is the update on Landfill. And all right, well, let's talk about boats, because boat toys in the Transformers world they've existed. Okay, they've always existed, and let's just go ahead and bring out Gen 1 Seaspray, because I believe that he is the first boat transformer that we ever got, and this is him. And let's go to the super close, because he is a small guy, so, you know, you can see him. And as the mini car Autobots go, he's not a bad figure. You know, I'd say that he's probably among the better ones in terms of having an interesting transform, which I can show you right here. You just put the arms down, you flip up the propellers, and look at that, it actually synced with the sound. That was good. That's the nice thing about these the little guys. They're quick to change. So and you know, he actually looks like a little boat. He you know, he's, whereas a lot of the mini guys were super deformed, and they were much wider and plumper than a realistic vehicle. I don't think that they did that with him. His proportions seem like right. So oh, Mason Fur! Mason Fur is here, everybody! This one's for you, Mason Fur. Welcome to the Cybertron Kool-Aid mixer. Yeah, Kool-Aid, not wine. Still not much of a Kool-Aid drinker. So, and please, anybody in chat, let me know if the sound is still a little bit low, if I need to adjust it. So, just throwing that out. Thank you. So, yeah, that's Gen 1 Seaspray, the first, not to be dissed. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Seaspray. I mean, you know, he didn't really get a lot of airtime on the TV show, and I think everybody had him. And he's not a bad guy, but I have to admit, I never really was all that attached to Seaspray as a character. So let's move ahead a little bit and look at the treatment that Seaspray got in 2010. I believe this is from the Universe line. This is Universe Seaspray. Nice detail. And you see they've, let's go to the super close. So they have the CSP Ray. That is some Gobots level naming right there, but you know, I appreciate it. They did the same thing on the top here. So, you know, CSP Ray. Yeah, that's clever. You know, they've... Yeah, that's... Okay, it's not actually... you know, I appreciate it. Okay, I'm just going to say that I appreciate it. And my watch was vibrating, which usually tells me that somebody's trying to call, and they should know not to call at 8 o'clock on a Friday evening, because this is what I do. If somebody wants to get a hold of me, they need to jump on the channel and get in the live chat and then say, "Hey Clay, we noticed that the warranty on your vehicles are about to expire." I've been getting that all the time lately. And sometime I'm actually tempted to like try and talk to them. And
everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here. No, thank you. How are you?
That's not how the conversation would go. I'd just be very interested to see how far they would go down the rabbit hole of trying to lead me to believing that the warranty on my one car, which I got totaled from an auction, or my 17-year-old truck, yeah, how are they going to like make that sound legit? Glad I've got laughter, so there we go. So anyway, oh, Hope is here. Everyone, oh shit. And now I'm pouring my soda all over the table. I had a ginger ale and I knocked it over. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I did have a glasses cleaning cloth, and my lovely and talented wife had access to paper towels. So, you know, it could have been worse, but you know, undesirable. I'm just going to say that is undesirable.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
So let's talk about Bounty Cleanup Wipes. These aren't Bounty. These are the store brand from Aldi. So let's talk about Aldi brand Boulder paper towels. As strong as the name brand and just as absorbent. As strong as the name brand and just as absorbent. So,
we now return to the Transformers.
So, all right, that's enough of cleaning up my thing. It got on my keyboard. So there we go. One more. There we go. See, I have to be careful how I dry the keys, because any button is guaranteed to do something terrible to the live stream. So yeah, we'll just do a little bit of this. See, I'm folding this and sticking it in between the keys so that I can get there. All right. So we now return to the Transformers. So this is Seaspray, and I'm gonna go back to the super close on him. They really did some awesome stuff. Like, look at the texture that they put around the inflated section of the hovercraft. Okay, they actually textured it so that it looks like rubber, and that's really cool. The propellers, you know, the detail on the propellers is awesome. They've got some spring-loaded weapons, and I have the missiles in a little baggie, and I didn't bring them out because I would just lose them. And then, I love the clear plastic on the windshield. This is a cool vehicle. He looks great. I have not tried to float him. I'm pretty sure that he would not float. Just letting you know. There I don't think any of the Transformer boats float, which is a bit of a disservice, but it's probably best that you're not encouraged to put your toys in water or mud or a creek or a pond. So, hey! Mr. Fillion is here! Hey! Welcome to the Cybertronian Kool-Aid mixer. So there we go. Yeah. Still working on drinking Kool-Aid. It's a little bit different. So, Hope wants Spatula City. I'm not doing Spatula City right now. Maybe later, Hope. Okay? Maybe later. So, the transform on Universe Seaspray is it's a good transform. It's going to take longer than that.
I'll try.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if I can do it. I've almost got it.
Come on, Prime. You can do it. Try harder. You got it. You got it.
Come on.
That's sort of him. Okay, he's not quite there. You still have to twist the legs. And thank you for that, by the way. And there, So I was pretty close on that. The arms could use a little bit of futzing, and you can put the... yeah, I think that these are where the... oh, wait, no, these can twist around, and then they can kind of tuck in a little. Huh? Yeah, there. So that is his robot mode. This is Universe Seaspray. And I have to say, I love everything about this design. He is posable. He's got articulated joints. Look at the hands. Here, let's go to the super close. And just look at the hands. That's fantastic detail. It's not just a lumpy, sort of a lump, like a cube that has some fingers etched into it and a hole in the middle. That is a highly detailed hand. And, look at the dynamic proportions on the legs. Let's go back to the regular camera. So, you look at these legs, and, I love this curve here. And also, okay, so they've got him with kind of the diver's mask looking face. Let's go back to the super close. So, yeah, he's got, they've got the clear plastic for the, over his eyes, and then it looks like a diving helmet. That is awesome. And then I'm going to show you something else. In the feet, oh yeah, we can put these down too. There. So he's got these, and look, they actually gave him flippers. I mean, that. Come on, here. Let's look at his flippers. Look at that. They gave him flippers. Oh my gosh. So, he is an awesome toy. I don't know if most people even remember this toy. I don't know if he had a lot of fanfare, but I have to say, this was one that came out in 2010, and back then, Hasbro was still only kind of figuring out the whole retro thing and reimagining Gen 1 characters. They would do homages where they would do another character in the style of a Gen 1 or in the colors of a Gen 1, but they still weren't fully embracing the whole classic characters thing the way that they have been over the last few years. And I have to say that as a reimagining of this little guy, which, you know, let's put him back. There we go. See, we can actually do the transform noise with him, and it doesn't run out. Yeah, there we go. So as a reimagining of him, you know, they've got gold on him instead of the yellow. They've got, you know, a deeper blue, you know, a more subdued. Yeah, it looks more realistic and less cartoony. And I have to say that that it's an excellent interpretation of the character. It's an excellent design. It is so much fun. I would say that the only thing that could be missing is if they had made it float. That would have been awesome. So, apparently Hope called and sang a song, and I'm going to love it, or maybe it was for Monica. But whatever the case. Oh, Quentin's here! Hey, Quentin! Welcome to the Cybertron Kool-Aid Mixer. Yeah, Kool-Aid.
Excellent!
I think that my parents actually made this, and I would say that that it's probably some of the best Kool-Aid that I've ever had, but I will admit that I don't like most Kool-Aid. We all know what we're talking about, right? So anyway,
Roger.
Thank you. Quentin, we have not gotten too far into this. Quentin was just asking if he's late. We showed off Gen 1 Seaspray. We're talking about boats. Transformers that turn into boats. And starring Seaspray and plenty of other guys. And then I was just showing off 2010 Seaspray. Fantastic design. Love this guy. Yeah, you know, excellent toy, and I don't know if too many people remember him, but I remember him, and he is near and dear to my heart. So let's just set those aside and go to the most recent version of Seaspray, where I have to say, bravo. Oh, he was doing the dance. So there he is. There is Titan Returns Seaspray, right? That's Titan Returns. The Scout class figures in the Titans Returns line were very, very well done. You can see that they're very detailed, and you know, he's posable. But what's cool about these characters is all of the Scout class figures were made so that they could actually have a Titan Master pilot in them, which is kind of amazing for these smaller scale figures. Here, I'll transform him. Before I transform him, let me just show off his articulation. You know, he has arm joints, he's got a pivoting head, he's got fully articulated legs, so you know, he can get into cool poses. Oh, also this part on his chest actually comes off and becomes some kind of a gun. It actually looks sort of like a radar gun. I feel like he's busting boats that go too fast, maybe.
Roger.
Yes, he is. He is on his, when he's not fighting Decepticons, he's a river cop. That's what this guy is. He's a river cop. The boys in yellow and blue. So yeah. So we're gonna. He's not really a helicopter, but we can go with it. Now I'm really disappointed because, you know, the Airwolf theme was amazing. So anyway, let's go ahead and start transforming this guy. You put the legs together, fold out these panels in the back of the feet so that they go on the sides. Give him some transforminess here. His arms are going to go backwards. And, there we go. So that pulls out. It doesn't hurt, Seaspray. And then that matches up with that. And then there's some little pegs on the insides of the wrists that help you peg in the arms to the back of the structure of the boat. And see, notice how this is open. Well, this is where I can take my little Titan Master, and let me show this guy because I love this. This came with a special edition Bumblebee, and he is either Spike or Daniel. I guess he's supposed to be Spike because he is still Cerebros' head, but the thing is that by the time that the headmasters came along, when Spike became the head of Cerebros, he was in a different exosuit. So this could be Daniel, but Daniel became RC's head, but they did not. So I'm just pointing out that there's some inconsistencies in the toy line. Thank you very much. I honestly expected to hear nerd again. So, yeah, they did not make a Titan Masters RC, and obviously since this came with the special edition Bumblebee toy, I think that it is intended to be Spike. But it is the cartoon exosuit that was used in Transformers the movie and through most of the cartoon up until they had their Headmasters miniseries, which Daniel, when he became the head to RC, still had an exosuit like this, which worked because RC's head was white. It doesn't work quite as well since Cerebros is a dark gray. But nonetheless, so we have our little Titan Master figure here, and we can just put him right inside and then close up, and look at that. Every one of these Scout class figures was made with a passenger compartment. So you actually could put your pilots in there. Oh wait, there's one thing that I forgot. Okay, there's also a seat here, which I don't think that the Titan guy really goes very well in the seat. So yeah, we have your seat, and let's go ahead and go to the super close so that you can see what's going on here. So there's his little seat, and then we could have our Titan Master just kind of sitting on there, but he doesn't peg in anywhere, which is a little bit of a shame. I think that it would be nice if it did. Also, oh wait, here, let's try not to drop Seaspray. The gun pegs in right here and becomes kind of a thing, and so that also kind of gets in the way of actually using the seat that's there. Well, it's kind of like a little Barca lounger. So I think that Spike is enjoying that, but nonetheless, the intended place to put characters like this is right inside here. And then you can close that up and put the seat back. And look at that vehicle mode. I mean, it's got lots of joints, but this is a really nice vehicle mode. Here, squeeze the legs together a little bit more. You know, nice colors. The colors pop. And, you know, good detail for such a small figure. I love the little propellers in the back. So, am I supposed to drink? Oh, okay. Oh, Kyoji is here! Oh, Kyoji, hey! I'm taking bigger gulps of the Kool-Aid because it's not the apple juice, and so I'm assuming that it's not going to hit me as hard. So, yeah, Kyoji! Welcome, Kyoji! We're just talking about boats and Gobots. So, so this is Titan Masters, or Titan's Returns Seaspray, and while it's not as elaborate as 2010 Seaspray, this is great. Colleen, oh, you know what? So Colleen was just asking if people inside the Transformers get turned into pudding when the characters transform. That's a great question, Colleen, and I'm going to say that the answer is it depends. So, I have seen Transformers comics from back in the 80s, back when Marvel was doing the Transformers comics, when Skylynx transformed and he had some Earth children inside of him. He was able to transform without the children being hurt, but they did show that the chamber was like changing its shape, and the kids were kind of bouncing around inside, which, you know, I have to imagine that's probably not safe. I mean, they weren't even in child seats. Yeah, they're just kind of inside a big steel box, and, you know, that, yeah. Nice. However, in the, I believe that it was one of the IDW comics, when they were, or maybe, no, it might have even been back in the Dreamwave days, the humans had captured some Decepticons, and this was when they were just restarting one of the series. So a lot of the Transformers characters hadn't yet been revealed, and they were showing the military trying to add pilot compartments to Soundwave. And they said that they were having problems with the transformation and that the results had been messy. So, now, I don't know how... I'm just going to throw out that I don't know what the military was trying to achieve transforming Soundwave with a passenger compartment, because he turns into a tape deck.
This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
Yes, it is. I mean, how is that supposed to work? Maybe in the comic book, since they didn't know Soundwave as a character, they didn't know that he was turned into a tape deck, and they thought he would turn into something else. I don't know. But nonetheless, it was a great joke. So, yeah, they kind of... I think that they just kind of play fast and loose with the whole, do people turn to spaghetti if they're inside a Transformer when it transforms? And I'm just going to say it's probably kind of a case-by-case basis, depending on whether the passenger compartment has to change when the character transforms. I will say that this guy can't transform completely with the figure inside. You know, I can start to transform him. I can get the legs out, flip the heels in, and spread the feet. And I can, and you can even see it. You know, you can see his legs right here. So if I pull out the arms and try and collapse this, then yeah, in order for him to finish transforming, the human has to go squish. So, yeah, case-by-case basis. In Seaspray's case, human pudding. So, nonetheless, let's take Spike out of Seaspray, and then we'll finish the transform, because why not? And then we'll flip that down, and then he can be like that, or once again, you can take that little pan off the front and make it into a radar gun so that he can catch speedboats that are going too fast. So, yeah, that is Titan's Returns Seaspray. Obviously, a direct improvement on Gen 1 Seaspray. Looks great. I love the Titan Returns Scout class figures. They are some of the best toys that came out of that line. Fantastic designs. My hat's off to the designers, because being able to create figures that actually had passenger compartments in them when they would turn to vehicle, and still have fully posable robots, and good looking robots too, with nice tight joints. I mean, these figures were the high point of that line, easily. So, Joy, Joy was just asking if I would do an episode about Mask, and I'm afraid that I would have to get a bunch of Mask toys. Not that I'm really opposed to that, but I didn't collect Mask. Here's the thing. This is not an excuse. It's just a little peek inside of the life of Clay. When I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I just didn't. I had a job. I had a paper route when I was 13, and then when I was 17, I got a job delivering pizzas, and those were my two forms of income from throughout my adolescence. When I was younger than that, and I didn't have a job, then maybe I'd get birthday money or something to buy toys. But I was building my toys out of blocks of wood and nails, and my dad threw away my wooden collection of Transformers, which was a dick move, Dad. God rest your soul, but that was a dick move. I lost my Gobots in that box. I guess he figured that I didn't need them anymore. Okay. Admittedly, they were bad. They were bad. They were the ugliest things that you ever saw. But I had an Optimus Prime that I built that had the proper transform, with the arms coming out of the side and then the head flipping up, and he was cool. And I built a Megatron that had a pretty accurate transform, but it didn't work so well. The limbs kept falling off. In order to get the legs to do that thing that they do, I took coat hangers and cut them up and made them into essentially like a nail that went like that, so that the leg could move around like that, and it essentially meant that they just fell off all the time, and the arms fell off. It was bad. It was really bad. But nonetheless, young Clay worked very hard on those toys. And so then once I did have a paper route, then I started buying Transformers. But anyway, the point of the thing is, I always had to be selective about what I was going to be into. And so I didn't buy every hot toy line. I would choose the one that I was interested in, and I would buy that. And I did the same thing with comic books. To some degree, I still do, because, Lord knows, there's so many good titles out there. How do you choose? And at some point, you want to follow a storyline. So, at the time, I really liked Batman. The 1989 Batman movie had come out, and it was amazing. It blew my mind. And I wanted to learn to draw people. So I started buying Batman comics so that I could look at the anatomy and also read the stories, and so I collected Batman titles and I collected Transformers toys, but I didn't buy any other toys. Yeah, I would buy, Gobots didn't last very long. I bought them, but by the time that my wooden Transformers were gone, so were the Gobots. So yeah. Oh, and I bought computer stuff. I had my Commodore 64, and I saved up for a printer and stuff like that. So that was I had to make a choice. Couldn't buy everything. Didn't have any of the Ghostbusters toys. Oh, I would have loved to get Ghostbusters toys. Ninja Turtles. Oh, I could have gone crazy with Ninja Turtles. And I probably should have gotten into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean, big robots, combiners, and pilots, and Voltron. I didn't get a lot of Voltron toys. I did manage to get the Vehicle Voltron sets, and I think I got those for Christmas. And I love Vehicle Voltron. Don't anybody say anything bad about Vehicle Voltron, because Vehicle Voltron kicks ass. Okay? Just saying. Vehicle Voltron. I don't really know what the ding is for, but yay! Okay, so so yeah, so I didn't get any mask stuff, but if I do get mask toys, I will absolutely do a live stream all about mask and the whole process of discovering it as an adult.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, I couldn't get into G.I. Joe either, and I could have easily gotten into G.I. Joe. The tie-in with Transformers, I mean, fortunately, my friend Don was into G.I. Joe, and he had a lot of stuff, but when he got rid of his toys, he didn't give me his G.I. Joe stuff, he just got rid of it. So, Grayscale is here! Oh, Grayscale, hey! Welcome to the Cybertron Kool-Aid mixer, because, Kool-Aid. So that is a definitive history of Seaspray and all the great things about Seaspray. But Seaspray is not the only boat former in the transforming robot world. Let's go back to 1983, shall we? And let's talk about Renegade Man-O-War. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just going to say Man-O-War is not that bad of a name. Gobots normally have some pretty nasty names, but Man-O-War, I mean, he's Man-O-War. Granted, he's not really a man, but he's Gobot, and Gobot of War would have just been bad. So, yeah, I'll take Man of War. Let's look at the super close and get a good look at Man of War. Now, you can see that the plastic has started to change colors. At some point here, I'm going to be retro-brighting these guys, and I'll let you know how that goes. But he's a pretty cool-looking figure. He turns into a battleship. He's got nice proportions, as most of the Gobots did. Simple transforms, but nice proportions. He's got a decent face sculpt, so nothing wrong with that. And then to transform him, he's got a kind of a unique hinge here that does this slidey thing. And I feel like this guy was knocked off a lot, because I know that I've had at least 2 other versions of him where this joint did not slide, and he wasn't able to transform. Without being able to slide, that hinge just doesn't do jack schmidt. So yeah.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Apparently he's a pirate. So, yeah, okay, all right, I'll take that. I feel like I need the bottle if I'm going to dance. Okay, wait, here's the... So, this is the Pitch Pine Kool-Aid coffee port style. And so, yo,
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You are a pirate. Being a pirate is a right to be. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
I got some gulps in there. That may be the new music for drinking this stuff. So, anyway, while I've been potentially poisoning myself, I did succeed in transforming Man of War, and let me tell you, that's cool. Look at that. Let's go to the super close. So, he's a battleship, and he's got some really nice detail here. You know, he's got the molded in guns. And, you know, considering the manufacturing back then, you know, they didn't have the digital engineering that we have today to be able to do a lot of this complicated stuff. But look at him. He's excellent. He's just covered with little details that make up the character of this boat. Well, I guess it's a ship, but you know, that is awesome. And you know, I think that because I always had the cheap versions, I never really liked a Man of War, but I finally got a genuine Gobots version, and he kicks ass. So, okay, so, something that was just brought to my attention, he doesn't have a lot of die-cast metal. He is a lot of plastic. I feel like this middle section here might, yeah, that I think, well, no, okay, I can see some metal joints. Oh, okay, this part right here, because he's got a little bit of weight to him. So these lighter colored parts right here that make up the body of the ship. Let's go back to the super close. So these parts right here, and you know, it's actually all one part. I believe that this is die-cast metal, and the rest of him is plastic. And then in the cheap versions, everything was plastic. You know, it was all plastic. But yeah, look at that. This is a great looking guy. You know? I mean, he is a good-looking guy. He comes in after a tour of duty, and he just wants a night on the town, and then, you know, maybe he sees an attractive Decepticon, you know, a seafaring Decepticon, and he's like, hey. And then he buys her Kool-Aid. One of these days, I'm going to be able to drink Kool-Aid without coughing afterwards. One of these days. So yeah, that's Man of War, and
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
That's right.
Just do it.
You go after that Decepticon, Man of War.
Just do it.
Yeah! I feel like Shia LaBeouf would be so much fun to have as your wingman in a bar, because he would not let you leave alone. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Shia LaBeouf, I want to be your best friend, okay? I'm sure that you have watched this channel. So it's official. I just want you to know I want to be best friends. You're awesome. And so is Man of War. So, Man-at-Arms equals boyfriend. Joy was just saying that Man-at-Arms equals boyfriend. And you know what? Man-at-Arms was... he had the stash. He walked around in fuzzy underwear. Are women into that? Because Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's put Man of War aside and look at another GoBot. I always like this guy. And I never had him when I was a kid, and I have him now, and I am glad to have him. This is Dive Dive, and I don't care what you say. I think Dive Dive is a perfectly acceptable name. Dive Dive! No! Dive Dive! Okay, it's Dive Dive! And, you know, Dive Dive. I had a friend when I was growing up who when he wanted me to drive faster, he would yell, Dive Dive! And then I had an accident in my car. Skip, if you're out there, I love you and I miss you. I haven't talked to Skip in years. And sometimes you weren't always a great influence, but it's my fault because I let you be a bad influence sometimes. Skip was great, by the way. All kidding aside, Skip was one of my best friends growing up, and it's a shame that I've kind of lost touch with him. I tried to send him a letter, but I don't even know if I have the right address. So it's kind of sad. But he was like a profoundly good guy, and he just had the worst luck. He just had. Yeah. Skip. Anyway, so Dive, and let's look at the super close before I transform him. So, you know, submarine, and a good-looking submarine. You know, he's got the little tower thing, and he's got a nice shape to him. They gave him wheels so that he can roll. And I guess they felt like that was important, and I guess that's fine. For play value. Nice detail on the fins there. So very, very nice little submarine. And then not a very complicated transform, but still effective. You know, you split at the front, and the front makes the shoulders and the arms, and then you pull the legs down, just like this. There, they make a very satisfying click. And then you flip the feet out like that and twist them. And see, he's got a nice robot mode, a nice serviceable robot mode. Let's put him on the super close. And you know, he's got a nice head sculpt. He's got nice detail on his robot bits. You know, he's a good-looking guy, and I think the wheel junk. He's got wheel junk. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like the wheel junk is maybe a mistake. Okay, I'd never really noticed the wheel junk before. It seems like it should either slide up in here, but it doesn't seem to want to. And I am on the internet playing with his wheel, and I'm really not comfortable with that at all. So I'm just going to stop. I am just going to stop trying to fix his wheel junk. I didn't realize that this guy was a little bit X-rated. Yeah. I'm looking at the replay of this, and it's bad. This is going to become a meme. My channel will still remain in obscurity while this becomes the thing that my name is attached to. My fingers on Dive's wheel junk.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. That's just a bad design choice. Do these do something? Oh wait, okay, so the hips open up like this, and then the wheels can move around. Okay, so yeah, you have to open up the hips and then spread them out. See, I never knew that. I didn't have this guy when I was a kid. So there we go, and that also allows his legs to rotate to full width, and then now the wheels are coming out his butt, which is fine. I'm not disturbed by wheels coming out his butt. So yeah, there he is, and you know, looks good. Yeah, that's him. And so that's Dive, and now the wheels are safely away from his front, which is important. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that I have to essentially move his testicles in order to transform him.
Excellent!
So, wheel junk. Yeah, so Kyoji was just saying that wheel junk is Wheeljack's embarrassing second cousin. You know what, Kyoji? This one's for you for wheel junk. All right. And I'm just going to pretend that I broke that glass. So that's Dive. I really didn't realize that we were going to be dealing with wheel junk when we talked about Dive. I pulled him out and I didn't bother transforming him. I practiced some of the other ones so that you wouldn't have to wait so long. And I thought, oh, the Gobots are going to be easy. I won't have any problems with them. And I guess I should, I need to explore these things a little bit more ahead of time so that I know when I'm going to encounter wheel junk. So, yeah, Dive. Now, let's move forward in time to an unofficial redesign of Dive done on the Transformers line with this minicon called Deep Dive. And here, let me put them on the super close. So this is Deep Dive, again, a submarine, much more detailed. All plastic because, you know, he's a minicon, and Transformers at this point were all plastic. You know, we pretty much lost metal by, I would say, Wave 3 of the Gen 1 era. Maybe you still had a little bit of metal in Wave 4, but not much. But nonetheless, some interesting paint deco, Minicon's symbol on the side, so, you know, that looks good. And I love all the rivets. So, you know, this is a very neat little toy. Not quite as realistic, you know, it has more obvious looking hinges, but still a very neat toy. And let's just go ahead and we'll transform him. And I'm going to split the front. And I'm also going to pull at the back and pull these down and then get my fingernail into these side bits. And then the whole thing splits apart. And the shoulders fold down. And then the head folds up like that. And then he's got long arms. Oh, wait, no, those are shoulders. So here's an interesting thing about Deep Dive. He was always shown with these long arms like this. But those are shoulders. That's a mistake, actually. And they even have fists molded in here. Those are just ridiculously tall shoulders. Look at that. Let's go to the super close. So this is him, and you can see that he's got like little fists molded in right here. And now the thing that I like about that is he's actually articulated. You know, he's got elbow joints and you know, he's got shoulder joints, and he can move his arms out. But boy, that is some ridiculous submarine kibble on his shoulders. And I guess he was kind of inspired by Armada Megatron, because Armada Megatron had ridiculous shoulders too. And then you have the legs, which fold out like this. So up until you get to the shoulders, he is a pretty decent looking toy. He's a good looking guy, and he's articulated. You can get his knees up there, and now you can't spread his legs, so he doesn't have the hip joints that allow him to do the really crazy stuff, but still pretty posable for such a small figure. And I like the head sculpt. It's simple, but it still has some character. So this is Deep Dive, and he is an unofficial redesign of Dive Dive, and I really like him. For one thing, he doesn't have testicles, and I prefer my Transformers without testicles. I need to. I'm sorry, when I start thinking about Transformers that have bright, shiny chrome wheels in their nether regions, it just drives a man to drink Kool-Aid. Because let's just say that this is Kool-Aid. I'm starting to feel the Kool-Aid, so, that's not a bad thing. So yeah, that is Deep Dive. He is a minicon, and if we're going to talk about minicons, then we have to talk about Transformers Armada. Transformers Armada and the subsequent Cybertron Energon line was very kind to the world of boats. And let's just pull out probably the love song to floating alt modes, Tidal Wave. Yeah, this is Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is a great figure. Look, he's got big posable arms with elbow joints, and they click, and he's got these claw hands that, with his little finger things and his kind of slightly moving thumb. And the Armada toys were a little bit blocky, and the Cybertron toys were also very blocky, but nonetheless they gave us articulation, and he doesn't have knees. For some reason they didn't give him knees, but he can do this, and he can sort of do that, so you can get him into some neat poses. Even though he doesn't have knee joints. I wish he had knee joints. But that's really the only thing missing from giving him, full articulation. And, you get a little bit creative with it, and he still works. I mean, look at that pose. That is an I'm coming to rip your face off pose. Which is important because Tidal Wave was enormous. As a character in the fiction, he was enormous, and it was kind of neat in that they didn't usually have characters that weren't city Transformers that were supposed to be huge, but Tidal Wave was a soldier, but he was a huge soldier. And this version of Tidal Wave also has, I didn't get him with these. I just, I bought them separately. This is the Minicon C Squad. C-Team. I think they were called a C-Team. And I have notes on what their names are because I honestly, I don't remember most of the Minicons' names. Let's see. So this guy was Stormcloud. And they had shooting weapons, which I always really let me just sidebar for a second. So you see this launcher. This is a really cool launcher. Let's go to the super close. As an industrial designer, I love this. This is fantastic. You see this ball right here and this little encasement around it. Well, that is the propulsion mechanism for this launcher. There's no spring in here, okay? It's just a straight missile with this little claw shape and that ball on it. And let me show you how it works on the better cam. So what happens is you push from the back, and then the ball is going to push itself past that clamp, and then it's going to snap around and fire. That's amazing! They got launching missiles with no springs, and this is one single molded part. One molded part. The Gen 1 launchers, which they had the springs weakened because, Americans, they can't handle launchers that actually shoot their weapons. They would have a casing that was in two halves, and then there was a trigger mechanism, which was a separate piece, and then a spring inserted inside there. So that's 3 pieces plus a spring to make a weapon launcher. This is one molded piece. Somebody is really, really smart. That person was not me. I wish I had designed that mechanism because it's freaking brilliant, but I did not. Nonetheless, bravo to whoever came up with that launcher. Bravo. So, Glom Gold apparently came up with the launcher. I find that a little bit hard to believe. Glom Gold is insane. So anyway, this guy, Stormcloud, he transforms by splitting the front, and then you just rotate the back half of the boat around. The oversized launcher on top does kind of hurt the vehicle mode, but hey, it's a cool launcher. And so that is Stormcloud, and let's just put him on the super close so that you can see him. Yeah, that's Stormcloud. Minicons were cool. I liked minicons, and I love the idea of being able to stick these little characters and little vehicles to bigger characters as power-ups. That was a great gimmick. And for the most part, it was a gimmick that didn't hurt the designs. Some of the gimmicks, like when they had to put sound boxes and everything, they ended up with these big blocky toys because back then the electronics weren't small enough to fit into regular sized toys. And that's how you got an Optimus Prime that was big and fat and really unimpressive. So that's Stormcloud. Let's also look at his teammate Ocean Glide, and Ocean Glide is some kind of a boat with a solar panel, and again it has the launcher. And these are not the first characters to have this launcher. The first time that I saw this launcher was on a group of planes during the Machine Wars line called Cyberjets. And they, I thought they were cool then, and I think they're cool now. And I'm sure that the Cyberjets weren't the first to use that mechanism either. That's just the first time that I saw it. So anyway, he's a weird looking boat. Let's just take a look on the super close. He looks like that, and he's got these solar panels, and I guess there's like a fan thing that's pointing up for some reason. So he's a boat, and I'm going to transform him. That's all I can say. So let's just flip around the front of the boat to make the legs, and I can hear my cat. Oh, and of course the solar panel becomes the arms, and then he's got the big launcher on his arm. And that's reasonable enough. Let's look at the super close. And this guy's name... Oh, this was Stormcloud. So, not loving the head sculpt because it's pretty flat, but it's a perfectly serviceable face. I dig the detail on the fists. And, you couldn't say much about minicons. They were little tiny transformers, And who doesn't love little tiny Transformers? Actually, lately, I haven't been in love with a lot of the Battle Masters and stuff. Maybe because at this point in my life, I've got so many that when I collect these little tiny ones, it's easy to lose track of them. And they're not as exciting to me as they were when I was younger. You know, I remember really liking minicons just in general. Because, you know, little tiny Transformers, and you can get a bunch in a pack. And maybe that's part of the problem. When I was a kid, you could get Micromasters 4 in a pack. Okay, you got 4 of them. And then minicons came out, you got 3 in a pack. Okay, you know, times change, things get more expensive. Now you only get 2 in a pack. And 2 of these little guys for $10+ is a little bit harder to swallow. I mean, you know, would I pay $5 for this guy? I don't know, maybe, but it's not a slam dunk. It's not like, oh yeah, absolutely, I'll smack down. But I mean, I could get a bacon double cheeseburger for that $5, and arguably, I might be more happy with the bacon double cheeseburger. So, you know, anyway, this third guy that looks an awful lot like Seaspray. He may be Seaspray's love child, I don't know, but his name is Waterlog, so I guess he sinks, which I bet if we had a bucket of water, we could prove that he sinks, because none of these guys float. I haven't tried it, but I'm suspecting we may have to get, like, wait, okay, let's find out. We're gonna, you know, here on the Clay Carlino channel, we're going to find these things out for science. So let's just do this. Wait, here, okay. Oh, watered down Kool-Aid. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just put some of that in there. There we go. And I'll just put the cap on that because I don't need to have another accident. All right, here we go. This is for science. Are we ready for this? Okay. And yeah. Waterlog, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just. That is Waterlog, and he does not float. So, okay. Wait here, I can fix this. I was really hoping that I could get it to go into my mouth and then I could do some kind of choking hazard gag. And it was going to be really funny. So, wait a minute here. No. Monica says no. She is vetoing the choking hazard gag. So, if any of you wanted to see the choking hazard gag, then blame Monica because she would not let you have the choking hazard gag. So, thank you, Joy. Thank you. See, Joy's with me. She's like, chug, 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 chug. So, Monica says, this is how I get demonetized. Honey, I think that these live streams are how I get demonetized.
This will rule the day out of the name.
So, once again, we are going to flip around the back half of the boat to create the legs, and they just rotate like that. And we're going, now this guy has these little fan things, and they pivot, they pivot like this. Okay, so here, they do this, and that makes feet. And that's cool, you know. I'm glad to see that that he has more than just like two movements to transform him. And then the canopy splits like that and like that to make the arms. And then the chest, he's actually kind of got a lot of motions here. And then, you know, you pivot that forward to create the chest. And that is Waterlog. And let's go ahead and put him on the super close. So this is Waterlog, and he is damp. But, you know, he's also all plastic. So I don't think that I'm going to hurt him by putting him in a glass and submerging him. But, yeah, that is, you know, I actually really like this guy. I haven't seen this guy in years, but I'm digging the robot mode. You know, of course, he's got the launcher thing on his arm, which is cool, and it can be rotated forward. And, you know, he's got some nice body dynamics. So yeah, I'm going to say that Waterlog gets thumbs up from me. I apologize. That was a very bad crazy Russian hacker voice. And you know what? I used to watch a lot of Crazy Russian Hacker until they started putting the ads like in the middle of the videos. And see, here's the thing. A lot of his videos, you know, he's just like getting stuff and trying it out and usually giving a very positive review. You know, one of the things that I admire about his channel is that he's always very positive. He never wants to say anything bad about anyone. And I respect that. You know, there have been times when I've seen him trying out something that very obviously didn't work. It broke in his hands. And the worst thing that he would say about it is, I'm not so sure about this one. Maybe you try it out and let me know what you think. Okay, that's the worst. That is the worst review that you will get from Crazy Russian Hacker. He, you know, if he says, you know, maybe, you know, you let me know what you think, then that means that he's thinking, oh, this is a piece of shit. But he won't say it. He doesn't say it. He doesn't want to say anything bad about anyone. And I found his videos very, very soothing. I would watch them when I was going to bed, and it was just very relaxing to watch him just trying out kitchen gadgets and stuff that you know, you see them on TV and you're curious about them and you wonder, okay, what's this thing like? I don't necessarily want to buy it, but I'm glad to know. But then it got to the point where I'm watching a 7-minute video and 3.5 minutes I'm seeing an ad, and it's like, I don't, you know, so I stopped watching his videos. And I kind of miss it, but you know what? He's got millions and millions of viewers. He won't miss my views, and nonetheless, yeah, he's kind of inspirational because seeing that he can build an entire channel off of just being charismatic and very positive, that gives me hope that I can build a channel, off of, what am I building a channel off of? Hello? Does anybody know? I'm not a... Yes! That's what it is! Woo! Yeah! Thank you for saving me there. So, that is the minicons. Let's get back to Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave here is it is awesome, and he is so cool. Okay, so first, he is a parts former, but he has a mode where all of his vehicle modes combined, and you can transform him into that combined mode without taking him apart, which is kind of cool. So you put the head down like that, and then you have the arms, which are going to rotate around like this, and another arm that's going to rotate around like this, and then they just go together right here, just like that, and then the shoulders just do that thingy. They kind of seat right there, going in the opposite direction. And you rotate around the chest, just like that. And the clicky sounds are great. Monica was just commenting how she loves the clicky sounds. And she's right. And then we rotate right below the waist at the kind of neither regions. And then you rotate the legs up. And then this goes down there like that. And you rotate this one. And then you flip the feet like that. And then, actually it goes like this. Now really, there's no reason why you couldn't, like, do this. I mean, it does make this conspicuous hollow place in the middle, but but I feel like that's just as legitimate of a, like, spaceship transform as this is. So, yeah, he kind of looks like an X-Wing in that configuration. Oh, or a Y-Wing. Yeah, he kind of looks like a Y-Wing. Monica was just commenting that he kind of looks like a Y-Wing if you put it out like this. And I think that that's legit. It may not be canon, but it is legit. So, but nonetheless, the way that it's supposed to be done is these go here. The only thing that I kind of wish that they would have done is it would have been nice had they put some peg-in pieces in between here, so that when they went in, they really kind of locked into place. The lack of that for this joint really makes it seem kind of ambiguous. In fact, for a long time, I didn't even realize that this was an official mode. I recently was looking them up on Transformers Wiki, and I saw a picture of this. It's like, hey, I always did that. I thought I had invented it. I didn't invent it. So I'm a little bit depressed about that. That was good. That was well done. So yeah, that's like a spaceship mode, and he looks great. You know, this is a great spaceship, and it's big. You know, it's big. You can imagine that all the Decepticons are piling on board this thing and invading Cybertron or invading the Earth, and they're, you know, it's not like when you were a kid and you had Astro Train and he was only this big, and you know, in the cartoon you're getting all the Decepticons in there. And then you get the toy, and he's only this big. And it's like, oh, God.
I still function.
Yeah, so they, you know, you have scenes like that where the Constructicons are forming Devastator inside Astro Train. Tell me how that works. Would somebody tell me how that works? I mean, I understand mass shifting, but you know what? You know, I love that movie, so I'm gonna back away. Okay. So, but this is not his only vehicle mode. Oh, no, no, no. Let's go ahead and we'll just pop this apart and pop this apart, and now we have aircraft carrier. Boom! Aircraft carrier. It gives you an indication of how large he is supposed to be when his arms are the aircraft carrier. It's not like, oh, he transforms into an aircraft carrier and then the aircraft carrier breaks apart into other ships. Just the arms are an aircraft carrier. He's big. He's big. He's stepping on people big. He's stepping on Devastator big. And, okay, let me show you one of the details of this, which is awesome. This is one of the things that they did really well in Armada. they put a lot of neat little extras into the toys. And this is one. He's got an aircraft elevator. Well, the aircraft. Wait, let me. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a redo. Okay, we're just doing a redo. So this guy has an elevator. Look at that. And then the minicon is a folded up jet. You just wait here. I'm gonna try and. Okay, this is really hard to do from this angle. So you just flip the nose cone down like that, and you fold out the wings. Okay, and then he's got a fighter jet minicon. He's named Ramjet for copyright reasons. And then, you know, he takes off. Oh, okay, I lost my music. So I was going to do some really dramatic stuff with Ramjet here. So Ramjet is the minicon. I'm not going to bother to transform him because he's not a boat. So we don't care. No. Sorry, Ramjet, but screw you. You're not a boat. So, yeah, not a boat. Is he a boat? No, he's not a boat. So yeah. Boat. Aircraft carrier. He has a minicon port up here, and yeah, so that is the aircraft carrier, and then you still have more tidal wave, okay? You know, I mean, aircraft carrier, that's cool, but hey, there's still more. So let's just go ahead and pull the. Oh wait, you know what? There seems to be some kind of locking thing in here. Holy crap! Okay, I'm going to take away everything that I just said about there not being any peg ins. I have owned this toy for like 10 years. How long ago was Armada? I think that it was like 14 years. I've owned this toy for 14 years, and I did not know that it actually does have peg-ins for the legs to lock them into place. Okay, so, you know what? Tidal wave, great. No, Ashy Slashy! No! Get out of here! Get out of here! Ashy Slashy is punishing me for my ignorance. So, anyway. So, yeah, the legs do lock into the side of the body for the vehicle mode. Learn something new every day. The more you know.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yo, Joe! So. Boy, it's really in there. Oh, okay, so Armada was 2002 to 2003. 15 years. Thank you, Kyoji, for knowing. You know, okay, this. I was going to save this for the end of the live stream, but I'm going to talk about it now because, Kyoji, I believe that you're going to be my downfall on the next live stream in a good way, okay? I'm talking down there because that's where the chat window is on my computer screen. So, Kyoji especially, I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but I'm really close to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, right? So, and gold. Yeah. And that for me is a big deal. I'm really excited about that. So next week we are going to do a special live stream, okay? And what we're going to do is for the first half of the live stream, it's going to be viewer requests. So anytime tonight and anytime on Monica's Twitter, you go comment on this video. Yes, comment on this video and tell me what Transformers you want me to talk about. So, you know, this is all up to you guys. You tell me what you want me to review, and ideally, hopefully you don't pick something that I don't have. But I have an awful lot, so I feel like the chances are low. Anyway, so you guys, that's part one. Okay, that's the first half of next week's live stream. Here's the other half.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of a trivia thing. Okay, Monica is going to feed me questions, and I am going to answer them to the best of my ability live on camera. And in Transformers questions, okay? Transformers questions, okay? Don't be giving me brain surgery crap, all right? I'm not promising to answer those. But yeah, Transformers questions, and if I get them right, then I get bragging rights. Yay! If I get them wrong, there are going to be consequences. Yeah. I'm leaving it at that. They could be beverage-based consequences. They could be other consequences. But but anyway, so prepare your questions in advance. And Kyoji, I feel like, you know, based on the number of really, really astute observations that you've made, and the things that you've said in the chat, I feel like you're going to be the one that's going to potentially get me drunk or force me to eat something gross. So,
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
So, so yeah, that is happening next week. And, you know, I hope that you're all here, and I hope that we can have some fun. Oh, also, we are doing a giveaway. Somebody is going to win a what is it, like a grab bag, I don't know what you're saying. Monica is expecting me to read lips, and I am incapable. So, a gift box. Okay, gift box. That's, you know, I've had almost a whole bottle of this Kool-Aid. You know, this is to my parents, who will never see this video because they have better taste than to watch my videos. But I have to say that this was actually pretty good. And you did an amazing job with this Kool-Aid. So, thank you for that. I don't know what the content is on a bottle of that, but whatever it is, I'm feeling it a little bit. So anyway, that's happening next week. And how are we deciding who gets the gift box? Like, is it going to be like pulling a name out of a hat or something like that? Oh, they have to be at the live stream and subscribed. Okay, so if you're at the live stream and subscribed and we see you, then we'll do a drawing towards the end of the live stream, and then whoever we pull out of, we'll pull it out of my hat. Yeah, we will pull it out of the hat. So yeah, everybody's names will go into the hat, and then one name will come out, and they will get a gift box that has some. Should I show this? Okay, a Nintendo Switch Lite Animal Crossing themed case, and probably some Gobots, and maybe a Transformer, and maybe some automotive stuff that you may not want, but you should probably use anyway to take care of your car. And if you don't know how to use it, just watch my videos about fixing my car, because that's the other thing that I do on my channel. I play with toys and I fix cars. And this is why the channel doesn't grow, because nobody knows what the hell my channel is about, including me. Thank you. So anyway, getting back to Tidal Wave. We can pull off the legs here, and then we can go like that, and it becomes one of those amphibious troop transports. And you know, they've got the things here, like piloting things. This is where people go. Okay, people go here, and I polished off the bottle. Okay, I'm not very smart to begin with, and then I add Kool-Aid, and it hurts my IQ.
I'm the clever one, you're the potato one.
And I know which one he's talking about right now. So anyway, this is cool. So you can open this up like this. This is another one of those really cool features that they put into this toy. And then you flip these down and they become little seats. Okay, look at that. They have little seats for the minicons. So you know, we can actually take this guy and we can bend his legs like that, and it's like, hey dude, you are being transported. Look at that. Okay. That is cool. That is so cool. He fits in there like that. Now, if I don't hold him, he'll fall out. There's no like universal back holes or anything like that on these figures that can make them hold themselves into the seats. But nonetheless, that's really, really cool. That is just so impressive. And it's a neat vehicle mode. And actually the seats do kind of flip up if you just close these, and so it's, you know, a troop transport boat. Looks great. You know, I buy it, and it's cool, and it's got lots of minicon ports, so that these guys, you know, they work better in their vehicle modes. So this guy, oh, look at that. I transformed this guy with one hand. Bam! One hand, and I am influenced by a material that will go unnamed, but you know what it is. And so we've got this guy, and he can go onto the minicon port, just like that. And, you know, that was one of the things that I loved about the Armada series, is that, you know, they had these minicon ports all over the characters, and it was just such a cool, simple gimmick. The simple gimmicks are the best ones. So anyway, troop transport. And then you've got this thing, which is a double-bowed battleship thing. It looks vaguely boatish. So yes, this is definitively some kind of a seafaring vehicle. It does have the cool little, let me go to the super close. So we've got these cool little turrets that move around, and actually I could put a minicon in here. Let's get Ramjet. We were mean to Ramjet before, so we'll plug him into the minicon port, and then it allows us to do that. Look at that. I'm going to do this on the big camera, so maybe you'll be able to see it better. So yeah, we've got Ramjet on here, and then see, it rotates all of the turrets, and that's actually really cool. That is really cool. You know, I kind of like the seat thing better, and I like the robot elevator better. And this was probably harder for them to achieve. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of an asshole because I don't appreciate their rotating turrets as much as I appreciate chairs and an elevator. Yeah, I'm an asshole who doesn't appreciate the chairs or the rotating turrets, four synchronized rotating turrets off of a minicon instead of chairs and an elevator that you have to push up with your finger. I'm a dick. So, anyway, that is the boat form. But here's the other thing about Tidal Wave. So, we're going to bring out our special guest star. This is our guest star. This is Armada Megatron. And is he a boat? No! He is not a boat. He is a tank. I've got mixed feelings about Armada Megatron. Because he is one of the most obvious robots laying down with his legs crunched up. I mean, he is... This is not a robot in disguise. This is a robot crawling on his belly. But nonetheless, he's a freaking awesome robot crawling on his belly. He's got this fantastic gun mechanism. I love this gun mechanism. Do you want to see the gun mechanism go off? Do you want to see the gun mechanism? I want to see the gun mechanism go off. Okay, watch this. Okay, watch. So you got the spring in here. See, they made it visible. And then... Yeah! Yeah, look at that. And it even made the noise. Yeah, that is really cool. Before I lose the missile, I'm going to put it back in. So we also have this minicon is named Leader 1 for copyright reasons. There was a lot of that around this time. They were losing the rights to stuff, so they had to use it. So if you slide Leader 1, okay, his arm was stuck in there. Okay, wait here. Poor Leader 1, he's having some issues. So is his operator. Because his operator polished off that bottle of Kool-Aid. And now I don't have anything to drink, so it's a good thing that nobody new has signed on, because I would be in trouble. I guess we'd have to go to the honey whiskey or the... Oh, wait, what? Oh, just... Well, nobody cares if I drink that. So, anyway, Leader 1, for copyright reasons, is attached right here. And watch what happens when I slide Leader 1 back and lock him in place. Look at that! Look at that! And wait, here, it's kind of, there we go. So, you don't actually have to have the minicon in place. It's just a feature. But yeah, it brings up the missiles. And then of course you can shoot these. So yeah, he's got that. So that's really cool. I'll put these back because of course I will lose them. And oh, okay. You know, you wouldn't think that putting the missiles in would be the hardest part. But you see, I've been drinking Kool-Aid. So yeah, that's another feature. Then that's just in the turret. I haven't even gotten to the rest of him. So he also has this little feature. Each one of these is a minicon port, so I can put a guy. Like wait here. Let me do these guys because they are a team. So we'll turn him back into almost a boat. There we go. Okay, so he's sort of boat-like, and so we can put him on here, and then I have another almost a boat here. Now this guy's legitimately a boat. He definitely looks like a boat. We're gonna flip those around and flip that around, and There we go. So that's definitively a boat, and we can put that guy right here. And there was solar panel, almost a boat, and so he can go right there. So look at this. He can capture the entire minicon C team on one set of treads. Okay, look at that. That's really cool. So that's a neat thing, and it does that spring-loaded thing. So so you go in order like that, and then the last one clicks it into place, and then you hit the little switch, and it does that. Okay, that's really awesome. Okay, that is so cool. So my hat's off to the guy. And wait, there's more. So on his leg, he has this. I know that this isn't even a Megatron live stream, but Megatron is here, and we're going to talk about him. So you have this thing, and it makes this it makes this little ramp, and so you can imagine that a minicon drives up on the ramp, and then, oh no, there's this claw that comes out and captures minicons. Look at this. Oh, Leader 1, you thought you had a choice. You don't have a choice. No, you are now captured. So let me do that on the super close. So so there is the claw, and this is the slidey outy thing. So let's just slide it back. Maybe. Oh wait, here. I have to slide it forward to let go of Leader 1, and then we slide it back, and it retracts. Look at that. That is cool. And then this ramp folds in like that, and it just closes up against the side of the tank. So, that, and oh my gosh, this fender doesn't do anything. What? Were they getting lazy? Every other fender. Oh, that reminds me. So this fender has a minicon launcher. So let's get poor Ramjet that we dissed earlier for not being a boat. And look at that. See, so we've got this thing that does that. Why? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I'll tell you something. It's cool. And here's the other thing. The minicon fits on both sides. You could have, so wait a minute here. Let's just go ahead and we're doing this. Okay, just to let you know, we're doing this. Look at that. Yeah, that's right. 2 minicons on the same thing. So, yeah. That's where we're at. 2 minicons on the same whatever the hell this thing is. That's very, very cool. And it can slide up and down also when it's up against the tank. So, yeah, and we haven't even gotten to the robot mode. That's the thing. This is just a tank. So, let's transform him. Transforming him is not hard. Okay, it's harder than that. You have the arms stowed away in the front fenders, and the back half of the tank becomes legs, and then you flip down the little plate. Oh, I had no idea that this was a head before. Oh my gosh, there's a robot head there. I didn't know. Apparently these are like pinchers where he can grab minicons in the middle or something. So yeah, he anyway. So also he has a minicon port on his arms, and wait here. Let's go to the super close. This is worthy of the super close. So let's just look at this hand. Oh, look, he doesn't have anything in his hands. Oh, wait for it. Oh, he's got a shiv. Megatron has a built-in shiv. Look at that, and it's serrated too. Okay, I mean this is something that's going to slice your intestines and turn them into spaghetti. You are going to get such a bad infection. And see, oh, it's gone. No, he's got a shiv. No, it's gone. Oh, I don't have a shiv. No, I don't have a. Oh yeah, I do. Stab, stab, stab. So that. You know what? I think I don't know. He did. I don't know if he used that in his last fight with Optimus Prime, which, by the way, was a great fight. The Armada cartoon was not very good. Let's just, we can all agree that it was not very good. But that last fight between Megatron and Optimus Prime, which I don't even know why they were fighting, because I think that they were like working together up until the end, and then Megatron decided that he had to fight for reasons. Yeah, I remember Optimus Prime just ripping off the treads on his shoulders, and that was cool. That was some cool stuff. And I really liked that robot mode on Optimus Prime. But, and we're going to talk about this in a future live stream, the toy, the smaller versions were great. The big version, ooh, it was a stinker. It was quite a stinker. So, we'll talk about that later on. But nonetheless, so, you know, he's got a shiv, he's got minicon ports, and, oh, wait, we're not done. You can also rotate his midsection around and then point his various apparati forward, sort of forward-ish. I mean, it's forward-ish. Let's just accept forward-ish, everybody. And then there is this little crank on the side. And I guess I can put him down. Okay, so we put him down like that. Okay, when we do the crank, wait. Oh, it's not doing it. I thought it was supposed to do it. Do it! Come on, just do it! You're supposed to do it. Why aren't you doing it?
Just do it!
Okay, it's supposed to spin. Oh, there we go. There we go. I guess I have to have the missiles out of the missiles like retracted. I don't know why that's important, but there we go. Oh no, I think maybe my Megatron's broken. Oh wait, maybe I have to have him all the way down. Maybe. I'm very disappointed right now. Maybe I have to have him up? I don't know. Well, okay. Ideally, when you turn that crank, this is supposed to spin around. It's not doing it. Maybe mine's broken. I wish I had something more than this to drink at this point. So, now that's kind of an awkward looking feature, but nonetheless, they put it in there, and bravo. So, anyway, this is what we're building to. Tidal Wave combines with Armada Megatron. That is why Megatron is here in this live stream, because Tidal Wave combines with him, and so they have these little things here. This hole right here matches with the minicon port on his arm, and then these close around the arm. So let's just go ahead and we'll put that over here, and I'm going to put that right like that, and then close these around the arm just like this, sort of. There we go. Okay, so he's got that, and then he's got this pull down. So the tower on the aircraft carrier, if you push it down, it creates another thing that connects to his arm. And once again, he has a little hole, 5mm hole for the minicon port. And that So you kind of slip the arm in here, and let's try it. It's not as easy as it looks. And there we go. Okay, so, and then now he's got an aircraft carrier on his arm. Just accept it. Just don't ask questions. Just accept it. Oh, look! Magic Kool-Aid arrived. Apple juice arrived. Oh. That's not the normal apple juice. That's something special. So, kids, don't play with too many knives. So, and then we have this part. Online, it says that this is a jetpack. So let's just call it a jetpack, and it goes on his back. I'm guessing like that. Is that you know? I guess maybe you could open the feet, and that makes it into jets. So yeah, that's the jetpack. And so Megatron now has an aircraft weapon and an aircraft carrier weapon and a double-bowed boat weapon and a tank turret belly and whatever the hell this is supposed to be. What is this? I love being able to combine Transformers toys. I think it's great. It's awesome. But what the hell am I looking at here? I mean, does this... At some point, I feel like he stops being intimidating and just starts looking like... Oh, I don't have his legs turned the right direction. Wait, here, let me twist the waist. There we go. So, there we go. Now his legs are here. Okay, now he makes perfect sense. No, he doesn't! He does not! What? I just can't imagine this walking out on the battlefield and Optimus Prime being like, oh no!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I mean, he could barely walk. You know, when I found out that Tidal Wave combined with Megatron, I was really excited to get him. And then I got him. And then I combined him with Megatron. You know, Monica's asking the question, is he a boat now? I'm going to ask you, Internet, all of you, who I've collectively termed as the Internet, is he a boat now? He is like 60% boat. Does that make him, is 60% enough boat for one to be a boat? Or do you have to be a higher percentage of boat? So, yeah, I had to show that off, and I'm just asking the question because I really don't know the answer. And also, you know, you can't attach the back portion unless you have the turret on his belly. You know, I kind of think that. Let me just do this. Maybe there we go. And okay, so I feel like at least not having the tank turret on his belly is better. but I still don't know. I feel like maybe these should have gone on to attach to the legs somehow. That probably would have been a better choice. You know, he's already got big, massive shoulders, but you know, these could have gone on the shoulders. But yeah, having that tank turret in the midsection, which already completely obfuscates the body. Yes, that's right. I just said obfuscates. After having an entire bottle of Kool-Aid and a sip of whatever the heck this apple juice looking stuff is. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. But it has kick. It's apple juice, kids. It's just apple juice. Oh! Apple juice that was made in Tennessee, apparently. So, yeah, that's Tidal Wave combined with Armada Megatron, and you know, I you know, part of me is tempted to kit bash it in some way, but you know, I don't feel like I should. I feel like it's a piece of history that needs to remain intact. So, yeah, yes, Grayscale, I still coughed because I cannot, I cannot do this without coughing. You know, maybe if I've been doing this longer, but I really have not. So, I didn't cough that time. I did cough that time. I did cough that time. So we've still got guys to go, and I'm gonna try and get through some of these. I don't think we're gonna get through everything. I think I've wasted too much time on Megatron. So let us. Okay, so really quickly, in the Energon line, which was the line after Armada, they had some great designs in Energon, and Energon was one of my favorite lines. I think I said that in a previous live stream, but it's so true. Beautiful toys, really intricate toys with creative things, and the gimmicks, for the most part, didn't get in the way of the transforms. However, yes, Don, Energon Optimus Prime was poop, and so was Ironhide. They were both complete poop. Just poop. Poop. Yeah. So, Energon Megatron, great. Energon Galvatron, because during this era in Transformers, they kept repainting. Like, they repainted Megatron here and called him Galvatron, and then for Energon, which was supposedly a continuation of that storyline, he's got a new body, but he's back to being called Megatron, and then they would repaint him and call him Galvatron again. And then for Cybertron, they would introduce him as Megatron and then repaint him as Galvatron. It was a bad time for Megatron, but Energon Megatron was awesome. He was an homage to movie Galvatron. He looked great. And let me tell you, that gunship was awesome. And we will talk about him in a future live stream, I promise you. So anyway, this is Energon Mirage, which apparently is Tidal Wave in a new body. He's like a super speedboat. He is crazy complicated, and he's much easier to get into robot mode than he is to get into boat mode. His legs usually fall off in the process of transforming him, and I'm not even going to describe the steps because he is crazy complicated. Instead, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to transform him while describing him, because you're not going to remember everything that I tell you in terms of what you have to do to turn him into a robot anyway, and it won't help you if you ever have access to this toy. Now, oh, you know what? That part, I don't need that part. That part's stupid. No, I'm gonna reattach that part. I was really tempted to just kind of toss it off to the side, but it's boat kibble, and he is boat kibble heavy. That one pops off. You know, I'm amazed. I haven't popped the legs off yet, but I have managed to pop off the boat kibble. So, yeah, the boat kibble came off yet again. And this is a common thing with Mirage, because his parts are very intricate and the engineering is a little bit weird. You know, I don't want to be too critical of the engineer on this because there's a lot of complexity here, and he does, you know, his robot mode is impressive, and his boat mode is impressive, and the transform is impressive, but it's just crazy complicated. You can see that I'm just kind of, I mean, he's just like this mess of parts, and oh, there goes the boat kibble yet again. But it just pops back on, so that's great. I don't know. Then this can go behind him, and then we can put down the shoulders, and then these kind of flip up. I mean, I don't know what these are for, because in boat mode they're collapsed like this, and in robot mode they're collapsed like this. I don't know why they split. I just don't know. So anyway, oh, and we have to swivel around the waist, and then oh, well, this whole thing, I think that this is another sound box, and I think that I took the batteries out long ago because it would have a bad habit of just incessantly making noises when I was doing anything with them, and I did not like that feature. So yeah. Oh wait, look, more boat kibble coming off. Yeah, that's probably the biggest problem with Mirage, is that he is a lot of boat kibble and not a lot of playable action figure, and I don't even know what to do with the backpack. There's something to do with the backpack, and whatever it is, I don't know. It seems like it should do something. Yeah. The head should have something to tab into, and I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's just kind of. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think that I got it. I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe not. You know what? I have no idea. He is a crazy dude, and I can sort of make him look like a robot right now, but I don't really want to spend as much time as it'll take to get all of the kibble to go away and go somewhere that makes sense. So let's just do that, and oh, wait here. I think that maybe that will help a little. So, this is Energon Mirage, and there goes the boat kibble again. It really wants to fall off, and he's got these wing things that are pretty much the hull of the boat. So, you know, you could have him up like this, which is dynamic. I will say that for him. He's a dynamic figure that is really hard to transform, and you know, is kind of a shell former. Not a shelf warmer, a shell former. But he's, you know, his robot mode is awesome. He looks great. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have the backpack transformed correctly, and I'm just not going to worry about it. You know what? We don't have time to be worrying about this big-ass backpack. So, But nonetheless, that's him. He looks great. He falls apart when you're transforming him. There's just so many crazy joints, and the tolerances aren't quite there on this figure. And I don't feel like he's a real upgrade from the Titan that Tidal Wave was. So that's Mirage, Energon Mirage, and supposedly that's Tidal Wave improved. But I don't think it's an improvement. So, yeah. Sorry, Mirage. And he's called Mirage for copyright reasons. So, yes, Grayscale says he's a shell of his former self. You know what? This is for you, Grayscale. Let's just imagine that it's apple juice. I'm feeling the apple juice and the Kool-Aid, just so that you know. I'm really trying hard to hold it together because we've been going over 2 hours. We need to get this wrapped up. But I don't want to end this discussion without talking about Thunderblast. Thunderblast came out in the Cybertron line, and she is great. And she is one of the most obvious shell formers of shell formers. She is so much of a shell former that I modified her to be more shell formery. So this is a speedboat, and it's actually a really awesome speedboat. You know, I mean, look at that. I have another one of these missiles in one of my little baggies, and I didn't bring it out. I'm sorry. But, there would be missiles on both sides. I love the clear bits. I love the machine gun, which is pivotable. She looks great. Her vehicle mode is great. Let's go to the super close. She's got a lot of dynamic detail. Oh, let's put her feet together. So, she's got great detail. She's got great colors. I love these clear bits. She's got, jets out the back. She's got this big missile launcher on top. So, she has a lot going on. And wait, there's more. Insert the planet key. Here's what I don't like about planet keys. I love the whole concept of inserting a key to unlock a gimmick. But you can't do anything with them when they're not inserted. They should have put a 5mm peg so that the characters could hold them or store them somewhere on the vehicle mode other than activating the feature. But see, notice how this just kind of, it doesn't hold itself in there. It just wants to fall out. So in order to store this piece, you have to click it in, and then, well, that's not the feature. I lost my planet key. I know! So, I gotta be careful or Ashy Slashy will come back. So, here, let's put this back here. Yeah, this goes on here like that. Well, it unlocked the feature, and see, this thing does this. So, it goes from being this missile launcher that shoots 4 missiles to that, and then you can take one of these missiles and put it in here, and then you can shoot it like that. Which, I will say, it goes from being missiles that don't shoot to being one missile that does shoot. But honestly, going from a 4 missile launcher and transforming into a 1 missile launcher, is that really an improvement? Just from a storytelling standpoint, I'm asking the critical question, is that really an improvement? I don't think so. So, anyway, and they also had the extra missile storage on the side, and that's great. I wish more toys did that, where they had missile storage built onto the figure. So, anyway, she is a shell former. And, never mind that missile storage. It sucks. It falls off. You know what? I've decided that I hate it now. Anyway, so you flip up the back like that, and you open up the boat like this, and oh, there's a robot inside. I mean, look at that. She's just kind of looking at you like, oh, you found my secret hiding space. And then these, these go back and become wings, and this goes back and becomes part of a boat, and then the legs, they peg in, and then they do this cool 90-degree thing right here. You can see how on this side it went straight, and so this you take it out of the peg and you just rotate it around like that, and she's doing the splits. And that's cool. And then you just put them down and flip out her feet, and of course she has the patented Transformers high heels, because of course all women have natural high heels built into their feet. That's anatomically correct, right?
Hello there.
Yeah. So and then you extend the arms, which are really just, she's just kind of going like this. She's essentially going to sleep as a vampire. And she's going to sleep as a vampire if vampires slept like this. You can't see my other knee. There. Okay. So if vampires slept like this, then that's how she transforms, and then she just has her bat wings fold around her. So yeah, that is Thunderblast. Let's go to super close. She's a cool looking figure. She's she's got nice proportions, she's got nice detail, and I like the head sculpt. She's got a nice robot body. She looks like a female, which I'm okay with that. I like when Transformers that are supposed to be female in gender actually look like women. But I'm just gonna say, and I'm probably in the vast minority, but not all women look like Barbie dolls. Not all women have these proportions. And I would be perfectly happy to see some female Transformers that have different body proportions. I mean, it seems like you either get Barbie doll robot mode, or you get, or they don't have any kind of really gender distinctive robot mode. Strong Arm is a good example of one that doesn't really have any gender attributes in her body mode, which is fine. But I'm just gonna I'm going out on a limb here. I want to see different body types represented, still having the female form. Okay? I want to see like I could see Pyra Magma being a husky woman. Okay, who's not Barbie doll physique. She's actually got some heft on her, because she's like the mother of the group, and she's tough, and sort of like Scorpia. Scorpia is an okay, so wait a minute here. We're gonna look up a picture of Scorpia, okay? Because She-Ra is awesome. If you haven't watched She-Ra, I know that this is a live stream about Transformers, but we can go off subject. Scorpia. I've got a very clacky keyboard, and I guess I'll put in She-Ra in my search and go to images. So She-Ra is an excellent example, and let's go ahead to the internet view. So yeah, there we go. So look at the body dynamics of Scorpia. She is not a Barbie doll. She is husky, and she's built, but she still looks very much like a woman. And I think that that's cool, because that's real. Okay, there are women that I know that, with the exception of the claw hands, are built like Scorpia. I want to see that in toy form. I want to see the kinds of female robots that aren't necessarily built to look like supermodels. Instead, look like the way women do. I mean, that's part of what makes female Transformers interesting. That you can actually, not just, back in the 80s, it was, okay, can we get a vehicle to turn into the human form? But at this point in technology, and with how complex the designs have gotten, I want to go a step further. I want to see them represent different kinds of human form. And men too! Like, I'd love to see, okay, with the exception of Obesimus, no, this does not apply to Obesimus, but I would love to see a Transformer, which actually we've kind of gotten with Bulkhead. Bulkhead had like sumo wrestler dynamics. He had a very big rotund body and then smaller legs and husky arms. So we get that with the male gendered Transformers, but when we get female Transformers, we either get Barbie doll boob armor or we get just neutral gender, very generic body, but it's ascribed as a female character. I think we could do more, and I, as a collector, want to see it. I want to see it. So if you're listening, Hasbro, that's what I want to do. Anyway, so Thunderblast also has this little thing in the back which allows her to separate by about like a quarter of an inch from her thing, and I have essentially made that irrelevant because I just made her so that she could detach. That is how much of a shell former she is. This is the robot body. Look at that. Fully serviceable robot mode. And the boat pieces are over here. And watch this. Okay, this is great. So we're just gonna flip these around here and put these together and fold that down. Oh my gosh, it's like 95% of a boat. Like, I could put this in the water and it would float, and unfortunately it's too big for... Look at that! Look, it floats! It floats, people. I've got it in the water glass and it floats. Don't question me on it. Nonetheless, so we have a full boat mode here. Oh wait, here, there we go. So we can add the little thingy here. So, she can still have, I ran into I just banged on the table with my knee and it hurt. So we could have the boat transformed just like this, and we could actually have her essentially ride her own vehicle mode, which, by the way, she can hold this as a weapon. So she can do that. That's something that you can do with this figure, which is pretty cool. I will say that's really awesome. She's kind of badass. And then she can get on here and she can just do this, and she can ride on her own vehicle mode. So that is pretty cool, and I decided to do that because honestly, having an entire boat on your back can't be comfortable. So I decided to do her a favor and give her the option of leaving her boat mode parked outside so that she could just walk around, because she's going to want to come home sometimes and just, let her Cybertronian hair down. Maybe have a glass of Kool-Aid and relax and sit on the couch and talk about her feelings. Oh wait, this isn't Supergirl. So no, she doesn't do any of that, and that show sucks. So, anyway, that's pretty close. You know, we've got Sharkticon here, and we've got this guy here that I forget the name of. And I apologize because I'm just not going to get to them. We will save them for a future podcast or broadcast or live stream. But we've been going for 2.5 hours. And I just can't take you for, like, doing... I can't do that to you. That's what I'm trying to say. But I've had a lot of Kool-Aid and apple juice. So I really think that it is time to wrap things up. And the question is, and Kyoji was talking about my clacky keyboard and asking, will it float? And the question is, in my imagination, this floats. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, especially since I'm getting really clumsy. And so that's it. This has been 2.5 hours talking about boats. Holy crap. What are we doing? I have to thank all of you for sticking with me for this long. I didn't intend for this to be a 2.5 hour live stream, but it was. And it was fun. I had a great time, and I hope that you had a great time too. So thank you so much for joining me. And next week, please, come on next week. Get your friends to come on next week and come up with the most obscure Transformers questions as you can. Because if you stump me, there will be consequences, and I will pay them on camera, live. And if you don't believe that I'll do it, just check out my slime video or my what was the one where I had the blood hat? That was when I was playing Halloween. I did a live stream where I was playing Halloween, and I built a blood hat that would dispense blood whenever I died, and that was terrible, but I did it. Check it out because that was fun. Anyway, join me next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to give away a gift set. We're going to drink things that are inappropriately named. And we're going to try to stump me with Transformers trivia. It's going to be a great night. We're going to take requests. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. You are all awesome, and I love you all. Thank you for helping me grow this ridiculous channel. And have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful evening.